Welcome to the Asylum of Julianos, a haunted, abandoned institution once operated by the Order of Julianos to treat the clinically insane. This rehabilitation center for Skyrim's worst lunatics has slowly become infested with roots from another plane of Oblivion. Our task today is to investigate the asylum and uncover the secrets within these walls. As always, the link for this mod is in the description, and if you enjoy these videos, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Without further ado, let's begin. To start our adventure into madness, we need to locate an abandoned stable to the east of Windhelm. Sitting on the bench here will prompt the player with a travel option. Unlike some horror mods like Clockwork, which I just covered, you're not trapped inside this location. You can leave the asylum at any time. That being said, it only takes about 2 hours to complete, so you can do this questline at any point in your playthrough. Anyway, after traveling, you're transported to a new area. Everything here is dead. The houses are decrepit and falling apart, there are no leaves on the trees, and besides a few flickering candles, there's no indication of life whatsoever. That is, until you get to the graveyard.
What? Who are you? Standing there, gawking about. You're not thinking of going in there, are you?
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I? It matters little. None of us are ourselves. Not really. You'll see.
Okay, this guy's terrifying off the bat. That's great. What is this place?
It was the Northern Asylum of Julianos. Our work here was good. Our work was sound. It has since become the very seat of unreason. You'll see.
As you enter the castle, a familiar voice rings through these halls.
Here lies our grave. What a tragedy.
Is that Sheogorath?
A tragedy? 'Twas a wild rumpus it was.
However, even for the Prince of Madness, he seems uncharacteristically insane.
Have I gone mad? Or has someone entered our midst? Who? Where? Should we hide? Welcome, mortal! Make yourself at home. Have a cup of tea. No doubt you're wondering what you've just stumbled upon. Nothing good, I can assure you.
From this point forward, the player has essentially free roam of the castle. There are a few main quests you must do, but the order you complete them is up to you. Oh my god, is that somebody's head? Inspect Brother Jerome. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that? This is so creepy. It's like, I don't know how well it'll work in the video, but the audio is playing like behind my ears. Like it's... Ugh, I don't like how this feels. I watch you watching me. Don't close your eyes. There are daggers in every shadow. They call me mad and locked me away, but I know the truth. What am I? That sounds like paranoia. Is this the priest whose body was mangled in the last area? Had to kill his spirit and put him out of his madness? Asylum key and mind of the madman. What is that? The audio, the way they play it is like, it's like 4D audio. Like it's around me. I do not like this at all. I hate that. Stop, please. I don't want it. Oh, you see that? It's like the fuck it. What's going on in here? Okay, we got a nice selection of torture tools here, along with the stretching rack. So I'm gonna assume some crazy ass shit went on in here. Can I unlock this door with the key I just got? I can. Oh, what is this? Is this supposed to be like a corruption from the Shivering Isles leaking into this prison? Uh-oh. Another corpse caught in this stuff.
They killed us, you see. Or did we kill ourselves? I can't remember. All their tired sermons, dusty volumes, endless ramblings of logic and order made us positively batty, it did! The thumbscrews and knives played a wee part too. What they couldn't have known is that our demise would have dire consequences. Whatever the case, a seed of madness was planted in this very establishment. Its tendrils spread even now, as you've no doubt seen, twisting the mundane into, well, something less mundane! The minds of those insufferable priests belong to me now, but there's one who remains at large. Bring the mind of wee Paladin Virtrand into the fold. Feed it to the seed of unreason. Fertilizer, you might say. And I shall grant you my boon.
After this dialogue, you're given a tattered journal from one of the Order of Julianos. This monk describes a terrifying story of what happened to the inmates and priests who resided in this asylum. This story takes place over the course of 2 weeks as things proceed to get worse and worse. A sinister character has taken Brother Jerome of late. He spends his days taking cruel liberties with the inmates. Are the brands and knives truly necessary? And by the gods, how he snickers as he works, always snickering. I pray to Julianos daily and nightly for the restoration of Jerome's goodly reason, but I fear the god has grown deaf to my appeals. Indeed, I wonder if his presence has not vacated our asylum altogether. There is an imbalance upon these halls, an unsoundness that disturbs me greatly ever since that inmate came into these halls. He goads Brother Jerome, driving him to grislier and grislier acts of misconduct. By now, his treatment of the inmates is more like blood sport. I must put an end to this perversion of order, but how? The paladins have all been conscripted to fight in the Nord's war. All that remains is Virtrand, and he too has been afflicted by the lunacy so lately creeping through these halls. There's no fighting it, the inmate tells me. Join the fold and free yourself from your fetters. What does he mean? He's the one in fetters, not I. Julianos, give me strength. Lend me the reason to do what I must. 6 days later, there's another journal entry. I killed him. I didn't mean to. Or did I? I no longer know. I've become a stranger unto myself. I'd thought to perform an exorcism upon that abominable inmate. Alas, when I came to my senses, gods, the blood. Worst still, the inmate's death has provided no solace. Rather, it seems to have lent an even greater potency to the wrongness inflicting itself upon every stone in this once hallowed house of reason. There is something bleeding up from the cracks and faults beneath my feet. Something twisting, writhing like tendrils or roots. Another world seeps into our own. I can do nothing now but succumb like the rest. Gods forgive me. Finally, 8 days later, there is one final entry. None of us are ourselves. The journal stops here abruptly. There are no corpses in these halls, so we're left with a few questions. Judging by the dates in this journal, we know the events take place about 16 months before Skyrim begins, but that's not enough time for bodies and bones to fully decompose, especially if you consider the cold, harsh winter outside. The likely explanation is Paladin Virtrand was the last man standing after this massacre, which would explain all the freshly dug graves just outside the asylum. He's been sitting here, stewing in his insanity for months. At this point in the quest, we've been given a spell to enter the mind of the Paladin. While inside, we're asked to solve another riddle, one I find particularly interesting. Not because of the riddle specifically, but because of the context. Paladin Virtrand has a secret. He is the only living person to witness what happened to the asylum. This riddle spells out the internal conflict within himself, horrified about what he experienced, but if he tells anyone, he'll be called insane and locked up in an asylum just like the one he swore to protect. This is an interesting dilemma and perhaps a reference to a cycle of eternal recurrence. The journals say the madness came from a new inmate. Who's to say it wasn't a paladin, just like Virtrand, the sole survivor infecting asylum after asylum for all eternity? There's still a few more things to do before we can please the mad god. In one room, an ominous potion lingers, just begging to be drunk. Alright, let's see what happens. What is this area? It's like some ruin or underground city was completely enveloped by these roots. Insufficient tribute. Okay, so I think I need to find the Heart of Order. Got some more Jiggalag shards, I assume. This area is just like gorgeous, like really well designed. Aha! Heart of Order. There it is. All right, let's see what happens. Plugging in the Heart of Order.
You've done well, little mortal.
After completing all the major portions of this quest, the Mad God wishes to speak with you once more.
In case you haven't realized, so long as a whisper of madness remains in the skull of the least madman, I endure. But then, who among us is truly sane? Is it me who can't die? Or is it that niggling little defect in each and every one of your precious brains? Virtrand, champion, Lord Sheagorath! Where does one begin and the other end?
He gets rid of all the weird web stuff around the asylum, allowing the player complete access. Below the asylum, we find some interesting things. We come across Brother Theophile, who's been consumed by the roots around him, clawing for freedom as best he can. On him, we discover a greatsword fragment. This will be important later. I'm not positive who this is. My best guess is this is the monk of Julianos who wrote the journal we previously read. He has another note on the table beside him, which is filled with the ramblings of someone under Sheagorath's influence. Make sure to pick up all the items on this table. You'll need them to craft the unique weapons. Beyond this weird door is a player house, but there's definitely some Easter eggs to discover. I didn't realize it was a player house until this happened. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, it's just a mannequin. Deeper within the roots, there's yet another abomination for the player to discover. If you offer this demented figure a memory, you're transported to a strange temple. It too is infested by roots, but has two flames the player can choose to sacrifice a heart to, one of mania and one of dementia. This is the temple of Arden Sul, the first duke of the Shivering Isles and mentioned in Oblivion as the most manic and demented individual to ever live. Choosing to sacrifice a heart in either flame will give the player different rewards. The blue, demented flame will reward the player with a legendary relic of the Shivering Isles, muffling your movement completely. The red manic flame will reward the player with a unique torch, providing increased maximum health and better healing abilities. The player will also find the heart of the roots at the very back of this explorable area. You can feed this heart to open up several portals around Skyrim. After feeding it completely, you'll be resummoned back to the asylum. Here, you will discover Paladin Virtrand consumed by the same roots as the rest of the asylum staff, along with all his armor and weapons. The armor looks really cool, but doesn't provide any additional effect. The sword, on the other hand, can be consecrated to create a sundered greatsword. Keep in mind, this weapon is only accessible after feeding the heart in the basement completely. There's two more things you can craft in the depths of the asylum. A new spell, Enthrall, and a unique melee weapon, Mind Cleaver. Enthrall allows you to fully control any NPC for up to an hour. If they die, they open a portal back to the asylum. The Mind Cleaver has a chance to paralyze the target and summon a copy of it in spectral form to fight alongside you. Both very powerful tools for any playthrough. Identity Crisis is a fantastic quest mod to include on any Skyrim playthrough. It's lore-friendly, it has great voice acting, strong environmental storytelling, and is straight up terrifying at points. There's no jump scares, thankfully, minus the mannequin incident, but there's a lot packed into this 2-hour experience. The main quest, honestly, doesn't tell you too much. You're really left to your own devices to explore and investigate this asylum on your own. The abandoned houses, the freshly dug graves, the torture machines, the corpses of previous inhabitants, they all tell a story if you look closely enough. This is what Sheogorath's Daedric mission probably should have been in Skyrim. It's really fantastic. My only criticism of the mod is playing this quest felt like Morrowind. I like Morrowind, but for some of you Skyrim players who don't, there's no quest markers at all for the entirety of this mission. The instructions are left intentionally vague and open-ended, which allows you to do the main portions of it in any order you want. But there were a lot of times I just got stuck. I didn't want to look online to spoil myself, so it's possible you can do it way faster or slower than me. It all depends on your detective skills. Legacy of the Dragonborn does this too. It hides the quest marker, but after an hour or so of in-game time, if you still haven't solved it, a quest marker will appear. I think that method is probably better for most players, but you shouldn't have too much trouble. Let me know if you guys are interested in me covering other quest mods for Skyrim. I just did one on Clockwork, but the style of that one is a bit more live. This video is quite a bit more post, with B-roll, narration, music, etc. Let me know which style you prefer and what other mods I should try. Vigilant is highly recommended along with Siren Root and Beyond Reach, but let me know if there's others you'd like to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and huge thank you to my members for making these videos possible. If you'd like early access to videos, exclusive control over what games I play next, consider becoming a member to support me directly. That's all I have for you today. I've been Frostbreak, and I hope to see you in the next one.